Hello everybody, Raven Knight here. It's time, guys. It's time. We've got a brand new hero skin, Kalliopi the Gladiator. And for those of you who want to get on me and say it's Kalliopi, I'm just going to say Kalliopi. It's easier for me that way. The new hero skin is out, and with the new hero skin, we've got a brand new lore written by the For Honor developers themselves. It's called Queen of the Arena. It's written in 3 parts. It's pretty quick, and I read it all in a video that you can check out right now. Either look in the upper right-hand corner of the screen or down in the description. If you haven't listened to it yet, go there and check it out, or you can go and check it out on the official website and read Queen of the Arena for yourself. It's out. We now have the lore. And so, as the storyteller that I am, I decided to read it, and I wanted to tell you guys what I think. So, what do I think of Kalliopi's lore?
That's right. Fucking stupid, and that's okay.
Well, I think I can sum up Kalliopi's lore with one fundamental question. I think all the problems I have with this lore come down to one simple question. And if we can answer this question, everything will be great. Okay, here it is. Who is Kalliopi? That's the one question this lore failed to answer. Who is Kalliopi? I'm going to say right here, guys, this lore was not very good. It's not as bad as Wukong. I still say that Wukong is the worst we've gotten. But this lore is honestly really weak, and I'll tell you why. It's clear that what the For Honor developers wanted to do is tell us the story of a badass gladiator lady. Well, you did that, but who is Kalliopi? Mal told me in stream that apparently there's some side lore that says that she was the leader of a group of female riders, maybe even leader of the Amazons or something like that. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of neat, but they don't mention that in her lore. In fact, what infuriates me about her lore are the things that are said but need more context. Like she mentions being back at home amongst horses and sisters who she loved, fellow riders. Who were they? Where are you from? When did Hatun get to you? There are several questions that we need to ask. Let's start with the first one. It says in the lore that she's not going to look at Gul'jin, the woman who took everything from her. What did she take? What did she take from you? Were you the queen of another nation? Were you just a mercenary gang leader? Were you something in particular and how did she take everything away from you? Did she kill all of your sisters? Did she burn your lands? If she did, why did she leave you alive? Why didn't she just kill you too? Why are you? In fact, you say in the lore that she wants you dead. Why? What did you do? Who are you that she wants you dead so bad? What did you do to piss her off? And if she wants you dead so bad, why is she doing it as a spectacle? Why is she making you into a gladiator for people to watch you? Why does she want you dead so bad that she doesn't just kill you in an execution? Why not just go out there herself and cut you down? Why does she feel the need to cheat to get you to die? Why does she feel the need to send all these people after you to break you? Furthermore, she teams you up with Astria at the very end. If she wants you dead, why would she put you up with Astria? Why not have you fight Astria? Why not have Astria, the she-wolf of Horkos, kill you? Why team up the 2 biggest problems she has? That's a great idea. I'm going to take these 2 ladies who have been major thorns in my side, and I'm going to pair them up and hope that other people can kill them. That's a great idea. Who are you, Kalliopi? Who are you? Why do I care about you? I get that you're a badass gladiator woman. Here's a question. Where'd you learn to fight like this? Are you from Greece? Are you an Amazon? Is that what you are? When Mal said that she might be an Amazonian, I thought, okay, maybe she's queen of the Amazon. So I did some research, found out, no. In Greek mythology, the queen of the Amazons was Hippolyta. But I said to myself, Kalliopi sounds familiar to me. Where have I heard it before? So I looked it up. Kalliopi is the name of a Christian saint. In the 3rd century, there was a woman named Kalliopi. She was executed in 250 during the beginning of Emperor Decius's reign, where he was persecuting Christians. Apparently, she was a very religious woman, a very strong, devout Christian woman who knew that she was beyond the age where most people would want to marry her, so she devoted herself to her religious studies. Along comes this prince, this pagan prince, who basically says, I'm going to marry you, and if you deny my marriage, then I'm going to have you executed by law under the pagans, under the Romans. And she replies, not only will I not marry you, but I wouldn't even marry you if you claim to convert because I wouldn't consider it true. And so she was executed by the Romans, and ever since she's been held up as a saint. Her feast is on June 8th. That's incredibly badass and incredibly defiant. So maybe that's where they got the idea for this Kalliopi. Maybe that's where she came from. That reference to the Christian saint, the Kalliopi the martyr, Kalliopi the saint. Maybe that was where they got her. But But that story is so much more cool than this story. At least with Kalliopi the Saint, we see an actual, very cool kind of defiance that we see. We see a woman, a Christian, a woman who was standing up for her faith, a woman in a time and era where she was being persecuted. She was given the option to either live as a wife to a pagan, which would go not only go against her religion, but against her principles, and to have her say to this guy's face, not only will I not do it, but even if you claim to convert, I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't consider it legitimate, knowing that it would lead to her death. That's defiance. Meanwhile, we have Kalliopi in For Honor, who the hell is she? Is she a queen? It would have been nice if we heard that in the story. And then, of course, there's her relationship with the Varangian. It was apparently a huge deal that this Varangian was a friend of hers in the dungeon, right? She says, I can't believe she betrayed me, but that taught me a lesson. There is no room for trust in the arena. Only yourself. Okay, that's cool, but who is she to you? What they needed to do, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what they needed to do. In part 1, they needed to have her have a scene with this Varangian, where she and the Varangian are talking. Maybe they're friends. Maybe they met each other before they actually ended up in the arena. Or maybe they've backed each other up in the arena before. Maybe they formed a bond and sisterhood. Maybe they became best friends, promising that they'll find a way to get out together. Maybe through her conversations with the Varangian, that's where we can get some exposition about where she came from, who she used to be. She could say, I was the queen of a group called the Amazons, brave horse riders who challenged the Mongolians. But we lost to Gul'jin, and all of my sisters were slaughtered, and the only reason I was left alive was so that Gul'jin could use me as an example. And that's why I fight in the arena, for the sake of my sisters, so that I won't dishonor them, so that I'll continue to defy her. And the Varangian can go, that's really awesome, man. That's really awesome. When we came to Heathmore to kill this guy named Maddox, and he surrendered and all that. Now we're still here, and I don't even know why we're still here. We stood up to Gul'jin, and I got captured as well, and that's why we're here. Well, you know what? We've both really suffered under Gul'jin. We're going to form a bond right now, a pact in blood, you and me, sister. We're going to make it through this. We understand what it's like to persevere. And then have it be where they're fighting in the ring, and then it looks like they're going to be teammates in part 2. Maybe it's revealed that suddenly she turns around and stabs Kalliopi in the back, and Calliope's all stunned, like, what are you doing? And so they have to fight, and so she has to bring down her opponent, and as she has the Varangian pin, she can go, tell me Gul'jin put you up to this. And she goes, I can tell you that. The truth is I wanted to do it because you're a threat. Eventually one of us has to walk out of here alive, and I knew it was going to have to be me. You're too good. And then have that be the moment where she realizes there is no one to trust here. There are no friends here. I can't trust anyone. And then that's when she kills her friend. Then in part 3, have her sit in the dungeons feeling like she's lost a friend. She can't trust anyone. That's when Astria is thrown into the cell with her. And she recognizes Astria. She goes, you're the she-wolf of Horkos. And she looks at her and maybe recognizes her and goes, and you're Kalliopi. You're the head of the Amazons. And then they both kind of look at each other, and a form of mutual respect comes in, but they don't trust each other because Calliope's learned you don't trust anyone. But when they learn that they have to work together to stay alive, maybe Astria goes, we'll have to work together, and Kalliopi goes, I'll be watching my back. And then Astria goes, you'll have to trust me to do that. And kind of reveal they're going to have to learn to trust each other. These two women who would gladly stab someone in the back to get their way, they're going to have to trust each other, which will be really, really cool. That would be a great direction to go. It would still have problems because I'd still ask, why does Gul'jin want you dead? Why does Gul'jin feel the need to cheat to see you dead? Because she's clearly getting a lot of entertainment value out of this, and if the whole point of this arena is to kill unwanted prisoners, then why is she upset? Calliope's doing a good job of killing all those. And furthermore, why would you want to pair up Astria and Kalliopi when you could rather have these two fight each other and maybe get one of your big problems removed? Either Kalliopi kills Astria or Astria kills Kalliopi. Either way, one of your problems is gone. I'll be real honest, there's so much bad about this lore. The only thing this lore did well was show off a badass gladiator. But that doesn't tell us who the hero is. There are lots of badass gladiators running around in For Honor. You fight them on the regular. But this, it's just a random badass gladiator. I thought we were going to get the story of Kalliopi and Astria, or Kalliopi the Queen, or Kalliopi something, but no. You could erase Kalliopi and just tell a random legend about a badass gladiator, and you get pretty much the same thing. I want to know who Kalliopi is. We don't know who she is. Who is this? Who is this? That's the problem. That's the big issue. My brother put it best when I brought it up to him. You had one of two ways to tell the story. Either Kalliopi and Astria's relationship or Kalliopi's origins. You chose Kalliopi's origins and you butchered it. Boy, this was a big fumble in my opinion. This is a big fumble. In fact, if I were to be even more nitpicky, I'd say some of the fights weren't even well written. Like, for example, in the second part or the third part where she's up against so many numbers and she's getting her butt kicked, she's taking all these hits, suddenly she just roars in defiance and then it says that she killed the next two. What? How? How'd you get your second win? What happened? What changed? You know, it's stuff like that. Like, there's so much wrong here. There's so much wrong here. And I don't want to be too... Okay, I know this is going to sound weird. I don't want to be too mean to this. I don't want to be too mean. But the writing here was not it. The drip is great. The design is great. I love so much about the hero skin in terms of appearance. But the lore just ain't it. And the reason it ain't it comes down to that one question. Who is Kalliopi? I don't want to hear the story of just a badass gladiator. Because you're a hero skin, I'm going to assume you're a badass gladiator. I want to know who you are. Why do I care to follow your story? Who were you before you ended up here now, and who are you trying to become? That's what I wanted to hear. Now, if you wanted to tell the story of her working with Astria, you could tell that story. Tell the story of, oh, well, you know, she met Astria and the two didn't trust each other at first. In fact, at one point, she may have tried to stab Astria in the back, but then Astria covered for her. And so they're trying to learn to work together. And maybe Astria tells her, I've got a plan of escape. And, you know, you could go off of that. But there were other directions you could have gone with this lore, and you didn't go it. So I'm going to be honest. While I think the hero skin looks fire, the story itself is not that good. There's stuff I wanted to hear explained and it wasn't explained. And now someone is probably going to say, oh, you don't know, Raven. Maybe it's just implied. You don't have to have everything explained to you. You're absolutely right. We don't have to have everything explained to us. But dropping little tidbits only makes me want to know more. Like when she says lines like, she has visions of her sister, a woman she loved. Who? Who is that? Why does she matter? What do you mean, sister? She wrote like horses neighing amongst the fire. What are you talking about? What horses? What fire? What happened? I'm not even going to look at Gul'jin, the woman who took everything from me. What did you have? What was everything? Give me something. If they had based Kalliopi off of Kalliopi the Martyr, that would have been fire. That would have been really cool. Can you imagine that? But of course they're not going to do that. Of course they're not going to do that. That's not going to happen. We all know that's not going to happen. Oh, no. But anyway, guys, that's what we're going to call it. Look, again, I want to be kind. The hero skin looks amazing. It looks really, really cool. It's one of the coolest we've gotten in a while. But the lore ain't it. Okay, that's where I stand on this. And you can hate me for it if you want to, but... let me know in the comments what you think. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say for this video. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.